I want to share with you a little something about being optimistic. A little mindset motivator, get your head in the right space, and surprise, it's another little one of those start your day in the right way kind of tasks. So, this one is all about stating your blessing. So, writing, saying, thinking. Thinking of all the things that are awesome in your life and all the things that you're grateful for. So if you start actually thinking all the time about the good stuff in your life, if you start writing it down regularly, and if you start speaking it out loud, I think you're going to find a pretty amazing shift in your life that even when those hard times, those struggles, those challenges come up, you're not going to necessarily react in a negative way. So especially if that's been your way so far, and it certainly was for me at one time in my life, it wouldn't take much to rattle me. It wouldn't take much to just get me angry and then even kind of stay with that anger or overwhelm or frustration or sadness or whatever kind of emotion came along with whatever situation. But one of the things I started to do a lot of these things. A lot of these videos these mindset motivator videos are really things that I did at different times in my life. And there was a period of time where I actually did them all together. Now I would say I do these on and off now. This one as well, stating my blessings. You know what I do most of the time now is I speak them out loud a lot more. I definitely think of them. If my head is going to something and my thinking's getting a little bit stinking, I'm going to change that, right? I've got myself completely in that habit now that I think about the blessings in my life, and I've got a ton of them. I've got so many, and they're simple. I'm not living in the lap of luxury, but I am actually, I am kind of living in the lap of luxury my way. I do have a lot of things in my life that I like. I'm living out on quite a bit of property. I've got a bunch of animals I love to be around and take care of. I've got my boys at home, and that freedom of homeschooling. I educate them at home. I work from home and really satisfying work. And if you're not at that place, because I wasn't at that place, I didn't have any of those big things, but I still had lots of little things. I mean, certainly my kids have always been one of those big things. So if you've got kids, you can just focus on that alone. If you have had even some decent food today, why don't you focus on that? If that's all you've got, focus on that. So what I suggest that you do is write it down. So the whole part of start your day with optimistic attitude, you're going to find your whole day is going a lot better. So start your day with just simply writing down 3 things you're grateful for in your life. 3 things you're grateful for, you're thankful for, that you feel blessed from. Maybe you have a vehicle to get you from point A to point B. I think that's a pretty big blessing. There are a lot of people in this world, and even in, whether we just talk about Canada, the United States, wherever you are in the world, I think you can probably relate that can be a pretty big blessing on its own. Maybe you've got a great hobby that you do. Maybe you've just got great books that you like to read, and you have just in your home and access to that. Those are really important things, and those are things that not everybody has. So I invite you to change your perspective a little bit. If you're thinking that nothing is going right in my life, and it seems like I'm doing everything wrong, and it seems like everything wrong is coming my way, it could be a little bit about the way that you think and the way that you react to situations. So do this trick. Do this, I call it a trick because it is something to do to gradually change your thinking. But it is definitely not a trick in the way that it's tricky. It's not hard to do, for one thing. It's just you need to be intentional about it. Start your day writing down 3 things. And then anytime your thinking goes to anything negative, then that's when you want to do that again. You want to think about the things you're grateful for, those blessings in your life. And if you've already spent your time in the morning writing them down and thinking about them, they're actually going to be already there. You need to learn to be content in every situation. And I guarantee that if you learn how to do that, if you learn how to be content in every situation and be able to just look at your life as a blessing, be able to see the things you're grateful for, focus on those things that are good. What you focus on grows. So focus on the positive, focus on the opportunities. That's what you're going to get. Focus on the negative, focus on the things that aren't working. You're probably going to get more of that. So try this out. Try it out for just a month. Try it out every morning. Write down things you're thankful for in your life, or at night, or whenever it works for you, right? It doesn't really matter if it's in the morning, if that's just doesn't work in your morning, right? Put it somewhere in your day. Then think on those things all throughout your day and see if it just changes your perspective a bit.